Andy, you are now live on YouTube. You've got 3 minutes. There will not be an intro.
Thank you. The update.
Do activity leaderboards first.
Okay. I like a plan. What's up, Tad? Loud and clear. Can you hear me? No audio. Check your volume. I was just talking to Tia.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Should have a volume button on your deal. Testing. You hear it now? Yes.
Can you hear me, Andy?
Yes.
I can't hear you.
My guess it's your volume on your computer. Megan Wood, can you hear me?
Andy, I can still hear you, so. There.
Testing, Dad. Hey, Megan.
Hey.
Can you hear me loud and clear, I guess? Terry Edwards.
Hola, my friend.
Hola. You make me smile. Oh, you got. What you want?
More premium, baby. More premium.
More premium. Where's the one? Didn't you have a big smile?
No, that was Hartley, I think.
What you got? Does it say something under there?
The Alliance.
Oh, okay.
Right on.
I can't see it. I can see it now.
So were you up in the Tetons last week, Andy?
I was. Is that real close to you?
No, it's a long ways for me. It's about 6 hours.
So that's extremely close to you compared to most of my life then, right?
Well, yeah.
Relative.
Yeah. Jackson Hole's a pretty place.
So we were over on Driggs and Victor Side, mountain up on Centurion Point and Baldy Point. And Susie's body part is up there.
There's a really neat hike up there called Table Rock. You can oversee the whole valley from.
Table Rock.
Mm-hmm. Oversees Driggs and Victor and everything.
So we rode from sun up till sun down on that mountain. Just looking at it on the map from let's see. Overlooking Victor, Driggs, and what's the other? Tetonia.
Tetonia, yeah.
Yeah. So actually, a mountain. There's Tetons, and then there's a mountain range with the national forest goes around.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? That makes sense.
Yep. I actually have some clients in Tetonia.
Really?
Yeah. I'm going to be heading out there in about 4 weeks.
I'm trying to pull up landmarks, but it's just a crazy mountain range. I'm going back out there as soon as I can get Spencer to jump in a jet with me and go back out there. I want to show him because he loves that sort of stuff, outdoor hunting and.
We have a Chicago bear here in Weiser that owns a pheasant farm. Tim Reitman.
Well, he's got my attention. Is he out there?
He's in Weiser. I don't know how many acres it is, but his dad, I I got to meet him a couple of years ago. His dad used to bring him out here when he was a kid hunting. And so when he retired from the Chicago Bears, he came out here and started a bird farm.
I think that's a good thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get oriented on this thing and figure out Tetonia. It may be Targhee National Forest.
Oh yeah, it probably is Targhee.
We gotta get started here. We're talking about making some money in premium because that's what pays for the trips and stuff out there.
Right.
Hey man, you looking pretty and everything with your lipstick.
Thanks, Andy. Just try not to look dry. Thanks. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you today?
Fantastic. Just sold my first policy for the day. I'm good.
Yeah, you are good. Love to text this morning, all the stuff you're doing, investing in your business. And Megan Wood, hey Megan Wood. Got a signal this morning, Megan Wood. Annette Hare. Hey Annette. Undo your mute. Say hey. You muted back. There you go.
Good morning, everybody.
Hey Annette, how are you?
I'm great. How are you, Andy?
God, it's good to see you. Good to see your numbers. You must be feeling good.
I am. Thank you.
It's great to hear. There's so much. Hey, if you hadn't heard, well, it's a lot. I know you'd be great at Annette with your background, but what people are doing with this para leagues, they're doing their normal leagues. Have you heard about that?
I have. I'm getting on that this week.
Oh my God, you will kill it with your knowledge of finance and your background. Good. It's supplement. It ain't, you got everything going on. Keep doing what you're doing, but they put this in extra. So I'm glad to see you on here. You'll mute back. Sarge, Robert Wilson, got a guest on too. I recognize that dog, I believe, from other posts.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's me and my dog, Bruno. How are you doing, sir?
Hey, Robert Wilson. Fired up out of my mind, dude.
Awesome. So my wife got me a new coffee mug today. It says,
what?
It says, all I need today is a little bit of coffee and a whole lot of Jesus.
I know that's right. Premium.
Yes, sir.
You need to scribble in premium.
I'm going to take a Sharpie and write premium on there.
All right, good to have you on here, Robert Wilson. Terry Edwards, say hello to my team, bro.
Me? Oh, me? Hey, welcome everybody to Friday's activity call, where we at the Alliance, on this call, we talk about activity, baby. We don't talk about what we intending to do. We ain't talking about what happened yesterday. We ain't talking about what we did last year. We talking about what the activity that we have going on now and right now, baby. So you are tuned in to the one and the only, the Alliance, baby. And we have on today's call, as Lucero Diaz said, Al Capitan, my buddy, our leader, the one, the only CEO and president of the Alliance. He hails from Burlington, North Carolina, live out in Florida, all over the country, seeing God's country. And he's leading this war on poverty, guys. So y'all, give a big round of applause in your home, in your car, in the kitchen to my buddy, Mr. Andy Albright.
Woo! Terry, you make me feel good, man. I guess that's why your team's blowing up. Make everybody feel good.
Man, I feel good, baby. I done been working out, lifting them dumbbells and stuff, sweating and stuff.
Terry. I'm looking for a miracle cure, Terry. I'm hanging upside down. I hung upside down 4 minutes like a bat. I feel good. That's my workout today. That's good stuff, man. I see you working, bro. You're looking good. Megan Wood, See if we got your audio. You want to say hello, everybody, Megan Wood?
Hello, everybody. How are we doing?
We are fired up today. So you got your boy running around there today?
I do.
That was a
He's
lie.
waiting on his girlfriend to come home.
What's your boy's name?
Elijah.
Elijah
With a J.
Yeah. And Junior Korea. What's up, stud?
Andy Albright, how are you?
Dude, I'm pretty fired up.
I'm trying to be as motivational as Terry Edwards. Every time he gets on here, man, I'm just like, he fires me up.
You got it in you, bro.
Huh?
Well, you got it in you, bro. You got it in you.
I know it. I got to bring it out, but I'm excited. We got a lot of good stuff happening.
I want to tell you, Junior, we had 17 people issue pay over 10,000 this week.
It's insane.
Tell me that ain't smoking, dude.
I don't think I've seen that since I've been here.
Me either, ever. 5 people over 15,000 and 1 over 24,000 this week, baby. Issue paid, not submitted and throw up in there in the wall. I'm talking issue paid. 24/7, baby. That's nice. Mia Fennell, how you doing, buddy? Unmute, say hello to the world.
What's up, world?
The world is getting out of your way so you can move to the front.
I know, like, this is crazy. I was up thinking about everything that's going on in my business and in my life this morning at 6 a.m. And I'm like, I cannot believe this. 2 years ago, just sitting behind a computer screen at Bank of America, typing, hating my life in a cubicle. And now I'm like texting Terry and you and Riddle at 6 a.m. talking about, hey, am I investing enough money? So
I love it.
It's pretty cool.
Mia is investing more a month in her business than she was making as a 4-year graduate from North Carolina Agriculture and Technical University or something like that.
Mm-hmm. I'm investing double what I used to make in a month.
What you were making as a graduate. What was it, process engineering or
business? No, I was supply chain management.
Supply chain management.
Mm-hmm.
Good degree, but self-employed. Hey, and any taxes coming out until you file taxes, and that's after you do all your deductions.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a different world.
We have deductions because we have expenses.
Yeah.
A lot of that ties into lifestyle, but it's our building our business. It is what it is. And Tad Peterson.
Yes, Andy.
Tell them where you're from, Tad.
From Weezer, Idaho.
You can't argue with Weezer, Idaho. What's the population of Weezer?
4,000. Salut.
Teutonia, I think it was Teutonia or Victor.
Uh-huh.
Population sign said 1,660. That's
Yeah. Yeah, they got a nice little 9-hole golf course in Driggs. You need to go play.
And yours, you live in the big city, 4,000.
Yeah.
Hey, where's the closest 4-wheeler dealership around there? Do you know?
Closest to me or closest up there?
Closest up there.
The guy's name's Tad Jenkins.
Uh-huh.
Is the name of the dealership.
What city is that in?
Idaho Falls.
Okay. We need a bunch of them.
Yeah.
And so I want to tell you all this. I'm going to come do the recognition. Tia's got it. But before I do that, Tia, you can hold 1 second. I want to tell you what I got. Month to date. How about this one? To be in the top 50, you would have had to issue pay 16,000 already to get in the top 50 with the Alliance this month. That's smoking. And that was Tanya Shakori, part of Paul Roberts Group. I can't do all 50, but let me give you all the top 10. Mark Hutchinson is #1 in the country month to date with 32 life apps issued for $66,000 and 1 annuity issued. That counts as points in there. Jonathan and Megan Yakey issued a big annuity and 32,000 life policies for $65,000. How'd you write issue 65,000 a month, Annette, and come in number 2? That's crazy. Megan Wood issued 94. There she is. Megan's on her 94 apps and had 54,000 issued so far. 1 annuity, 1 IUL. Junior, y'all see on here, he issued 48,000 so far. This is through July 28th. So we got 29, 30, 31 to go on this report. So it'll be interesting. Junior's already, I guess, will go over 50 with one annuity, 5 IULs. Mia on here has issued 40 apps for 40,000 in premium. Brandon and Ashley Bill, 16 apps for 36,600. 10 IULs, and listen to this. And Bill submitted one, or I'm not sure if it's Ashley or Brandon, one this week for $100,000 an IUL. That's on top of last week, or excuse me, month to date, there it's 39,000. Robert Wilson, y'all see on here, has issued paid 22 apps for 36,000. Terry Edwards, 19 apps for 34,000, 4 annuities, and 1 IUL. And that hair y'all see on here, 30,000. Nanette, is that your biggest month ever? 30,000, 12 apps issued. Have you had a bigger one with us?
No, that's the biggest I've ever had.
Congratulations, buddy. That is awesome. I am so
Thank you.
proud of what you're doing. Tad Peterson, 29,300, 7 apps, 2 big annuities. Tad, is this your biggest month ever?
Yes.
Really?
Yep.
Hey, Tad,
1 annuity for 228,000.
Nice. Are you have you won Thailand trip yet?
No, I'm 15,000 points away.
Okay, so you're right there at it. Are you starting to think Chiang Mai with 6 months?
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure.
I mean, with people issue paying 40,000, 30,000, 50,000.
Oh yeah.
Becker come in with 28,000. Michelle Alleman 28. This is month to date. So we got 3 more days. Evan Patzer 28,000. Minerva Profield, Glenn Nitty, a new name up there, got a big annuity issue. Joe Dukes 26. Norman Gordon 25. Stephanie Rodriguez 34. Mimi 25,000. We'll stop with 25,000. 21 people over 25,000 month to date. That is smoking. So I invited a couple of guys on here. A couple of them are traveling, a couple of them in the air. One's down in Mexico vacationing. So what a world we live in. All right. So with that, Tia, let's bring up the total issue paid for the week. Look at these numbers for the week. Crazy talk. Here we go. Evan Patzer has issued 24,000 this week, 7 apps. Listen, this name is new to you guys. Tom Murphy. Okay, we've been going like, Tom, where's your production? We know you're killing it. He's really good at this para stuff, and with National Life Group. And he was looking for a home. A guy named Guterman, who's a buddy of mine from years back. We brought him back in. He's licensed, want to get back involved. He said, I got some friends I want to bring around, some people that Tom was with us 9 years ago. And he's jumped around from thing to thing and deal to deal. And he had these policies in. I think he's got, listen to this, Junior, I think he's got over 80 more thousand submitted. It's just the draft dates with these school teachers. So Tom is shooting for 100,000 a month issue paid. It's kind of what he's thinking he can bring in this market, not killing himself, just steady. Jerry Gonzalez. Now, a lot of y'all are thinking Jera, but this is Jerry. This is Daddy. Okay. Daddy done jumped out there and knocked out 17,000 with 8 applications issued, said it feels good. Tim Tipton, y'all know Tim. Maybe you do. Tim's been around popping some IULs, dealing some things with his family, his wife, and house. He come in 17,000. Look at this. 17 people, Junior, issued paid over 10,000. Katrina, your buddy coming into the office with you over there, 6 for 15. Marvin and Julissa Otsoy done knocked out 10 IULs. I believe it's 10 IULs. Joe Dukes, 13,000. Pam, I should say Sam Minikino, but it's Paul Minikino is the one that's writing the business. 12,000 in a week. Ethan Dewar, part of Danny Johnson's group, done knocked out some policies. 12 grand issued. Alfonso Thomas, 18 apps issued. This joker's coming on strong. You know him, Junior? You met him?
Yes, sir, I have. He came up here a month ago to hang out with us.
Tell me high level who he is and how he's connected to us.
So he's hired directly by Mike and Noel. They've been married for years. I think he's been with us just right at 2 years now. He's having his best weeks. I mean, he started booking 40 appointments. I think this will be his third week or fourth week in a row. I could be wrong. I think maybe fourth week in a row. Failed his first week, didn't have a greatest week, but then his third week he wrote over 10 grand, and then last week wrote over 10 grand. Overnight.
Now he's issued 12 grand in a week, 18 apps. See, here's why we call this activity. Because if you do the activity, you will get the results. What they say, God is no respecter of man, and premium is no respecter of man. Meaning, if you're a girl, if you're a guy, if you're tall, you're white, you're black, you're green, you got big eyes, got little beady eyes. There's no respecter. It's respected premium, but whoever does the activity gets the results. Okay? Whoever does it gets it. Junior, when I do this, my back is stinging, man. I got them buzzers going on, man.
Did you work out?
Huh?
Is that from working out?
Yeah. Working out on them waves with a jet ski and go boom, boom. Alfonso Thomas, Mark Hutchinson, who is leading month to date, issue paid 10 grand. Billy Crane come rolling in here with 24 apps issued. Billy Crane, 11,000 this week. Stephanie Rodriguez, 10 grand, 19 appointments. Listen to this, guys. Tuesday, I was going out to Idaho, or going out to Teton Valley, and riding over, my driver gets to talking to me about politics and several other things. He says, "What do you do?" And I said, "We do a lot of stuff, MedSup, Med Advantage." He said, "What's the best Med Advantage company?" I said, "We got a grid, and it just depends on what kind of doctors you use." He said, "I need some help." He said, "You got anybody to help me?" I said, "Yeah, Stephanie Rodriguez, this girl right here, 19 apps, 10-8. So they got an appointment. I just saw, he picked me up at the airport, and I said, "You see Stephanie?" He said, "We got an appointment today. I think it's 3 o'clock today. 10 grand, 19 apps. How about that?" He's like, "You need anybody to help me?" Aggressive. Then, so he picked my son up to take him back today, and he said, "Hey, y'all need any help?" He's over 65, obviously, because he needs the Med Advantage. He said, "Y'all need any help?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "I know people." I said, "I know you would be good." He said, "Well, I thought about it myself too, but I know other people too." He said, "Older people, they can relate to older people." I was like, "All right." Jonathan and Megan Yankee come alive. Month today, what was it? 65,000. Week only issued 10,000. 9 apps. Junior, there he is. 10,376. Junior, it's like starting to be a habit, Bo. Knocking out 10,000 issue paid. Chain mile for 4 people, baby. Is that where you're headed?
I think so. We'll win the trip by next month, and then we'll shoot for that.
Check. You win an all expense paid trip to Phuket, Thailand. Then you win the extension. Then you work on another couple you can win for Phuket, and then you can win that couple the extension too. So it's a lot of premium to get it done. Adam Johnson, 14 apps for 10,000. Wow, way to go, Adam. Check out these annuity sales. Nice. Patzer, annuity sales. Scroll down a little bit for me. Tia? There we go. Evan Patzer, Paul Minichino, Vernon Schmid, Jeff Turner knocked one out, Eric Bobby Belair, Joe Dukes, Lori Guthrie, Brian Rojas, Heather Lynn, Marvin and Rachel Osuna, Barbara Lowry, and George Kazakis. All issue paid annuities this week. Let's go down here to top recruiters. Top recruiters. Noel Wilson, not Noel, Noel Wilson come in with 2. Mike and Noel Leventovich, 2. Olga and Jason Mathis, 2. Walter Parham, way to go. Staff guy right there in my office in Burlington, knocked out 2. Got 2. Jane Bazan, 2. Angela Manzo, 3. Andy Riddle, 3. Another one of my staff in the ABTF knocked out 3. Georgia Penny Wilson put in 4. Georgia Penny putting in a whip. Alex Avian 5 wide. Terry and Tia 6 this week, contracted, licensed, ready to go. And Joseph 2 put in 7. Smoking. So there we go for our activity numbers. Thank you very much. Okay, let's go. I want to do some interviewing here and pull back my month today because I want to honor the ones that are the top ones. We got Megan Woods, number 3. I think she's the highest one on this call, the highest, 94 apps issued. And Tia had put together quite a few questions for me. Oh, by the way, Mia, you have inspired other people. Janina Wilson said, how's she doing that? Ashlyn said, well, she gets a lot of leads. Boom, increased her GMR.
Yeah, there you go.
You know, Terry, have you been hunting with me? You've been shooting the doves with me.
Yep, and going on Labor Day too.
Will Albright pull the trigger or what?
Fast.
You got to have bullets. You got to have leads. You got to have shells. You got to have ammunition. Mia, how many leads how about this, Mia? If you had to do all over and you was brand new, how much would you invest in leads?
If I had to do it all over?
Yeah, from the very beginning. How fast would you get up? How high a number?
I'd be doing what I'm doing now. Like first month.
First month.
But,
how much you doing now?
What is it, 5,200?
In leads.
Because it's $12.50, I think, a week.
$12.50 a week. So if they give you all that you're requesting, it's $1,200 a week.
Yeah,
so
yeah. I get a lot of here in Charlotte.
If you were brand new, you would try to get over $1,000 a week worth of leads.
I would try. Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you want to get your numbers up fast.
Now, if you want to keep your numbers low, so you radar.
Yeah, $200. You know, you want to stay down there at the bottom of the leaderboard. That's where I was. It's like, I got to get some more money.
Man, but you got to think about this. You're a smart girl, supply chain management, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's try to talk to me logically about investing more and how that is a supply chain deficiency or a supply chain opportunity. You understand what I'm saying? Like from a logical, not an emotional, but a logical standpoint. Talk to me about supply chain from your education background and now how that turns into money.
Yeah, well, that's exactly how I think about it when I'm asking Terry and you and Riddle about my investment. I'm thinking, I know that I have to have material going into the pipeline, right? Because everything starts with what's created. And in order for me to produce a certain amount of money or a certain amount of product or whatever it is, I have to have enough material going in there. So when I'm talking to my agents, I talk to them about that. I talk to them about inventory, which I used to manage inventory for multi-billion-dollar companies. So when you don't have what you need, I can literally, my department, if we didn't have what we needed, if my responsibility was making sure that we ran that plant, if I messed up and didn't have enough material, if I didn't have enough parts to run that machine properly, Mia Fennell could shut down that plant and literally could cost the plant millions of dollars. So that's the way that I think about my business. I have to make sure that I have enough material, enough money going into the pipeline so that I can continue to produce. And now I have staff, now I have more responsibilities. In order for me to provide money that produces out of that machine, I have to properly fund it. So the rule of thumb, right, is for every $100 you invest, you should write about $1,000 in premium. So that's what I'm thinking about constantly when I'm thinking about my investment.
All right. So what you did is a great job. I want you to listen to some stuff that you put a tweak in there. Okay.
Yep.
But the first one is you don't know what a rule of thumb is. Okay. Because you ain't old enough.
Okay.
Terry, do you know what a rule of thumb is?
I ain't old enough.
Annette, do you know? Annette Hare, do you know?
I think I might be getting of the age where I'm learning a little bit what the rule of thumb is.
Do you know what I mean? Do you know where that saying comes from?
No.
Okay. Tad knows. Tad, you know.
No, I don't. I don't
Sorry.
know.
I know. Yeah, I know. So I know.
Don't
Back
you
in
say
the day.
sorry.
No bigger than the size of your thumb.
Got no audio. Say again. Sorry, Robert.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. A switch no bigger than the size of your thumb. If you know what a switch is.
You can't hit them. You can't hit your woman with a switch bigger than your thumb. You can put you in jail. But nowadays,
Correct.
They say don't hit them at all.
What?
Right. That's where a rule of thumb comes from. Yeah.
Not lie. That is. You can look
Okay,
it
I'm
up.
never going to use that again.
You can use it. You just got to smile when you say it.
Oh yeah, the rule of thumb.
The rule of thumb. Y'all ain't never heard that, but it's not kidding you. That's what they had as a rule of thumb. Hey, here's another one that has nothing to do, but it's just funny. Okay. All right. But to me, it's funny. Bird eating does not equal elephant pooping. What goes in got to come out. Put a little bit in, get a little bit out. You eat like an elephant, poop like an elephant. Buy leads like a Mia, produce like a Mia. You with me? Buy little, sell little. Buy big, get big. Okay. All right. So just that you can't eat like a bird and expect to poop like an elephant. You can't buy leads like you're broke and expect to get rich. So you with me? Mia, what I'm telling you is
Yep.
You got to get it where it rhymes like that, or where you're hitting people. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Now watch this. If your supply was coming in, if the company shut down because your supplies were shut down, you didn't plan ahead. It's not that they lose a lot of money because they're spending a lot of money. They're losing money because they're not making money. So you don't want to go a week without making money as a factory. So you're losing money because you're not making money. Most people interpret losing money by spending money. But if you have a big supply chain, you could be making money. Okay? It's like Mia, you remember, you've been there and wondered if we were trying to trick you and mess up your business, what made no sense at all because we care about you. But you're thinking, how are they there? This can't be true, right? You remember this?
Yeah.
So you got to, I promise you want to read your people's mind? Remember how you thought in the beginning. That's how they're thinking. You didn't all of a sudden start recruiting smarter people than you. Probably they're not as smart as you because they got no supply chain management training. That's why we like engineers. That's why we like process engineers, supply chain management, because people eventually they go, oh God, oh. Now watch this, Mia. if you can take $100 and turn it into 200, or 100 and turn it into 400, people are fired up about that. But if you take a whole week to turn 100 into 400, you've only netted 3 in a week. But if you can turn 1,000 into 4,000, which is the same numbers, you've now made 3,000 in a week. You see what I'm saying to people?
I do. Mm-hmm.
So getting them to understand speed is money and time is money is huge. All right. Antidote, Terry, Tad, Annette, pile on. Give me something extra on the leads. Raise your hand. Who's got a point on this? Junior. Oh, Junior. Talk to me, Junior.
The one big point that I want to make as I'm listening to Mia is for the people that are investing big in leads, don't feel like you're going to be investing big forever. Because what you're doing is you're investing this much and your efficiency is going to get better. Your referrals are going to get better. Your current clients are going to get better. You're buying a book of business that you're building yourself. And later on, that's going to pay off and you can decrease the cost. So Andy's always been, don't try to decrease the cost, increase it, make more. And then once you get there, then you can decrease it or reinvest it into something else. But a lot of times, Andy, people like, they get this $1,000 a week. I'm gonna do that forever. I can't do that. It's not forever. You're doing it to build something. So if that helps anybody, that's just a thought I had.
It's a great point, Junior. I just want to let you know it's inverted though, okay? Because when people start raking in the money, they don't mind investing. So thinking about later on, you'll be able to drop it. You see what I'm saying, Junior?
Mm-hmm.
Later on, I got plenty of money. No problem dropping it. Where it kills them is in the beginning. But what they got to get is the success. You go through the trash pile into success. Never is success. You go from wake up in the morning to success, and it's just greased lightly. It's just no problems. So thinking that you can order 100 would be like if you took a Band-Aid, one of those real sticky ones, right on, right where you got the hair, right on the inside of your leg, like some more hair, and you pull that off, and just pull it a little bit and let it hurt, then pull it a little bit and let it hurt, pull it a little bit and let it hurt, pull it a little bit, you with me? Like it's get through it now. And what I recommend to people is do it while you're young and do it in the beginning while you're crazy excited, kind of crazy stupid, and you don't care as much. Junior's right. You're not going to need to, but what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to buy residual income. I was talking to my son-in-law, Brandon Manley, who's, by the way, that Tom Murphy's part of his group. Brandon has never played a game called Cash Flow Quadrant. Raise your hand if you play Cash Flow Quadrant. Raise your hand. All right. Now watch this. There's people on your team that don't even know what it is. And my son-in-law's never played the game. I said, I feel like I failed you because here's what cash flow quadrant is. You're in a rat race. You buy leads, you make sales. You buy leads, you make sales. And that's what you need to do. And by the way, the bigger you are in a rat race, in other words, the more premium, the more cash. With that cash, you invest in people. So what I would say is, and this is what Junior just got through saying is, after you're spending $1,000, $1,500, or $2,000 worth of leads a week, you'll start making so much money and have so many clients, you can take that money and buy it for 3 other agents and get them going. You can reinvest. Or as Mia's doing, buy you a staff person, and then they'll take care of the hassles for you so that you can talk to other people and train them. So it's that. Talk to me, Junior. In the beginning, what were you thinking? Like this is a ripoff? it's harder, it's more work. How did you get, and I know you had a lot of faith in your upline, but talk to me about that, Junior, in the beginning.
I mean, that is the answer. I mean, in the beginning, I didn't think that much. I mean, I was 18 years old when I got into the business. I didn't think hardly. And I was trained to copy other people's thinking. And then I was trained to read books. And I'm like, they're talking about the same books, rich people. So I really try not to rely on my thinking and just trust. And Mike and Noel gave me no reason to distrust them. And you gave me no reason to distrust you. So when all the difficulties came, yeah, I cried. Yeah, I got mad. It's not like it's, I mean, golly, I broke my windshield one time, punched it. I was mad. And, but I went through all that. Yeah. That I was broke. I couldn't even afford a new windshield. That's the worst part. I was so mad.
What windshield did you punch?
Huh?
The front windshield?
The front windshield, yeah.
You did that?
Yeah.
And broke it?
Yeah, they didn't buy from me. It was Halloween day. I could have been trick-or-treating. They wasted my time. I was mad. I was 19 or something. Anyway.
Not you.
Huh? I hadn't told
Remind me not to upset you. I wouldn't want you punching me.
Oh, that's okay. Most people are bigger than me. It's all good. So, but I just trusted. I didn't think that much. So when they said do this or invest this, I mean, I sold my Xbox one week to buy leads, and then I sold nothing that week. I was just, this is what I got to do. I didn't think, I should stop doing this because it's hard. I just kept looking at other people doing it, and I was like, I'm gonna figure it out eventually. But I didn't just blindly do it. I asked questions. I kept coming around. It wasn't like, let me just keep plugging along. I hear people say that. Like, ask questions and change. Don't just keep plugging along. So I don't know if that helps, Andy, or if you want me to go a different direction. Or
Terry's got a point.
Well, I remember first getting started, Andy. We got out the gate pretty fast here. But even while making money early on, I had a battle between faith and fear. And I heard you and David West talking about faith versus fear, and both of them begin with the letter F, but fear just believes in a negative future, but faith believes in a positive future. And I remember sitting in your office during a breakout session during the first family reunion that we came to, me and Tia, and I had already purposed in my mind that I was going to file for bankruptcy. I was going to give my house back to the credit union, and me, Tia, and the kids was going to live in an apartment because I believed this business would work. I just didn't believe I didn't believe that I could consistently do it every month in and month out. And you asked if Jeff Bright was okay sitting in the meeting listening to me. I already had it figured out. You looked at Tia, you was like, you really would do that? And Tia was like, yeah. And she was like, you said, well, how many square foot is your house now? It was like 3,000. And how many square feet is an apartment going to be? I was like, maybe about 1,000. And then Jeff Bright comes up with this story of the cow and the buffalo. And I was like, oh, hell, what he talking about? And I said, well, what you talking about, Jeff? He said, a cow and a buffalo, they approach the storm different. And I'm like, okay. He said, well, when a cow sees a storm, he tries to outrun the storm, and a cow can't run that fast. So he actually stays in the storm a long time. Whereas a buffalo, when a buffalo sees the storm brewing, the buffalo runs to the storm so that he can get in the storm and get out quicker. And that made me change my mindset on how to approach this business is, we all have those moments of insecurity, but first of all, when we get those moments of insecurity, don't isolate, talk to people who are where you want to be. And most times people are judging our numbers today versus your glory story, but not knowing that you went through the same storms that we're going through. So I came to you, I was like, look, this is what I'm thinking. And you and Jeff got my mind right. So I wasn't too proud to say that I was struggling and what I was going to do. and how it was going to be a disaster. Basically, after talking to y'all, it was like, oh yeah, that would have been a disaster if I would have did what I was thinking.
So Terry, we told you not a good idea. You're not far enough behind. Makes no sense to put your family through this. You can fight through this. You can be a buffalo. You can charge it, like for real, right?
For real.
That was the conclusion.
For real.
And I want to tell you, Terry, I have told people, like, that's a good idea. Like, there's no way you can dig out. You're single, or you don't have kids, and you shouldn't have got in this situation. But what you had got into was a reasonable decision making on your part, and getting out of it was very reasonable in my vision. So it does depend, but you guys worked through it and started making money and putting cash in the bank, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and then not just putting cash in the bank, but like you said, that cash flow quadrant, talking to you and talking to Riddle, using that financial independence engine worksheet to really stop looking at your business expenses as opposed to looking at your business expenses as an investment and how that's going to drive income and chase ROI.
And that's what Mia was shooting us text about this morning. Hey, have y'all seen the page on the ARC that has all the e-apps on it yet? Have y'all taking a look at that?
It's bad to the bone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just kind of tell people where it is and why you think it's so good, Terry.
All right. So basically how you find it is you log into the ARC and you go under My Business and click on e-apps. And before, we used to have to go to naleads.com, go to carriers, and then click on the e-app on each individual carrier page. But now you log into the ARC, you go into My Business, click on e-apps, and all 15 e-apps are in one place.
I'm doing it. I'm logging on My Business.
My Business.
And then
go down to e-apps.
Boom, yeah, smart e-apps.
And all 15 e-apps are right there. You just click it right there.
Look at there, bud.
That's what it looks like.
Can do it. When Albright can do it,
You know it's simple.
the CEO done jumped up in there. So so where they all spread out, every carrier everywhere.
Yeah, you just have to go to the carrier page and go here and go there. Now it's all in one place. That's slick right there. Thank you, Robert Kraft, for working on that. And then he was telling me about some other stuff that we got coming in a couple of weeks with some simplified quoting. It's going to be on like Donkey Kong, baby. High speed, no drag.
High speed, no drag.
All brakes, no gas.
Megan Wood, what are you doing with a daggum ceiling fan? Talk to us. Unmute.
I got it. Hey, how we doing?
Good. 54,000 each you paid so far this month. What's going to happen in these next 3 days? Is some more bursting through 3 days?
What was the past 3 days, or what's going to be the future 3 days?
I got you at 54,094 apps month to date. 54,000. So we don't know what's the issue paid. So that was as of the 28th. So it's 29th, 30th, and 31st are there.
Yeah. I'm hoping for 60. I had to rewrite a few, but I'm fired up for August. Like I was telling Mike the other day, I'm like, we need to skip July so we can fall right into August. I'm fired up. I can't wait. I'm like, let's get August going. August is going to be the best month ever. Best month ever. So I'm super tired.
You got some comments on buying leads?
Yeah, I do actually. When I was in my teenage years and when I was my early 20s, my uncle owned his own appliance business. He used to sell whites, washers, dryers, refrigerators, and he told me, in order to be successful in business, you have to spend a little money to make a lot of money. I need to pay for advertising. So people don't know I'm in the appliance business if I don't put ads in a newspaper if I don't put ads in like TV or radio and stuff like that. So I always try to tell new agents, look at leads as like paid advertisement for your business. It's paid advertisement for your business. How much do you want to advertise that you're an insurance agent? When I first started, I was just like what Junior Korea said, Chadwick and Lauren were trying to get me to get leads, and they were trying to convince me to get on the GMR. And I was actually scared to get on the GMR at first. And, 300 leads became 500 leads. 500 became 700 a week. 700 became 800, then 1,000, 1,200. But here's also the thing. You don't always have to spend that money all the time, because eventually you're going to develop a book of business. I mean, I've been doing Alliance now for September will be my anniversary, will be 10 years. And I'm doing a lot of current clients now, and I don't have to spend $1,000 a week on leads now. So you get smarter with your business too, as well as you progress, but you have to build it first. You have to pour into it, a lot into it at first, so that you can grow it, so that later on you can have a lot. You got to have the dream machine going, baby.
Mr. Robert Wilson. Hey, referrals. Who's the best on here getting referrals? Terry, Tad, Annette, Megan Wood, Mia, Robert Wilson. These are free and the best leads in the world. Guys, I wanted to have these people on the call, and I invited a couple more that were traveling in the air, but I invited the top 10. People ask people that are not producing how to do it, and they're more than willing to tell you. So you have to be careful who you're asking. Everybody can give you advice, but there's advice and there's great advice. Okay. So Chris Hill just jumped on here with President's Club. One of the things that he's great at is saying, this guy's a really high producer, and he's great at referrals, and he does annuities, and he does Med Advantage. Chris knows who has debt, who can't pay their bills, but you with me, they talk. And Chris can help point you to go like, he's going to be nice, but Tad, he's going to tell you who the producers are and who are the pretenders. Make sense? And don't get me wrong. If a person's doing 1,000 a week issue paid, we love them. Okay? Nobody's mad at them. As a matter of fact, hello, agency managers, Terry, Mia, you guys, what I want you to do is I want you to have your team so that your team has a number 1. You might be number 60. You might not even be in the top 50. Robert Wilson, put your team together and say who's number 1, who's number 2, who's number 3, who's number 4. Okay? Give them recognition. I can't recognize number 60 on this time. These are my top 50. Your person might not be number 60, but they might be 2 in your company. Okay? Or number 3 or number 4 or number 6 in your company might be 200 in the big company. So putting together your leaderboards, Junior, who's number 1, who's number 2, who's number 3, who's number 4. And I would like to see those, Junior. And if you copy your number 2 person, when you send it out, say, hey, Andy, I would like you to know that Blake was number 2 in the company to me, or Blake beat me this month. He's number 1. Here's my top 10. You need to give them a lot of recognition for what they're doing. And then take your number 3, who might be 60, and get them to talk to Terry. Because here's the thing, if you think you are the end all for everybody, you're going to be in big trouble, Junior. And I'm going to say, if I think I'm the end all, that's why I got Tad on here and Robert Wilson and Annette and Mia. I want to have different people, and Megan Wood. I want to have different people. By the way, Megan, she told me today, she said, when I'm trying to interview, a lot of times I try to be by myself, but I got my little boy. It's going to be crazy here. And I get it. And 2 people traveling. Like, I can't be everywhere. You can't be everywhere. But nonstop, I'm trying to be more effective. And what Chris Hill does, he'll say, here's the best person that works with BAM, that works with Burlington Alliance Capital with Chris Norris. Tad's really good with IULs. Robert Wilson is really good with mortgage protection. So I encourage you to use President's Club. And the other group that I want you to talk to is Leads. It's Ashlyn Davis and Evan and Tahan. That whole team can tell you where leads are. I love on Band. And by the way, Chris Hill, Tad has an annuity story too for us. But on Band, there's states that are posted, and it tells you which counties can produce 50 leads a week, 30 leads a week, 20 leads a week, or no leads a week. And you got people in that, not you in that, and not you, Mia, but people will try to get leads where there are no leads, when yet there are leads right here. It's like trying to, you know, this, by the way, this is, I don't know if you can see this wallpaper, but it's my map. It's a map of the Meisner shipbuilders who built the house I'm here on the Gulf Coast, okay? And if I try to go out this wall right here, that's like some people trying to get leads where there are no leads. But it's inconvenient to go over here where the door is. But the door will work even if it's inconvenient. It's like success. Success is oftentimes inconvenience. I would call Chris Hill the baboon up in the tree who goes, hello, hello, the trail is over there, it's over there. But I want to go this way. He goes like, I don't care. The trail is over there. So President's Club have access to leads, data, who's got debt, who's got profitability, who's got a staff, who's getting referrals, and they can point you and connect you. He started a series called The Rising Tide, I think, where one tide or one person rises, it raises other people. Just think about this. When the water in the ocean or the water in the bay goes up, all ships attached go up. So it's the rising tide. So Chris is doing a great job with that. I have an appointment that I got to get to. I want to go a few more minutes, Chris. I might have to go 10 or 12, 15 minutes over with this crowd. They're great people on here. So I'll turn it over to Chris Hill from President's Club and make sure you hear what's going on with Tad. And peace out, team. Congratulations, you guys, leaders. All of y'all, proud of y'all. Big trips, big time future. Mia, we're going to talk later about effectiveness and building that business and reinvested cash flow. Chris Hill.
Thank you, Andy. Thank you for letting me jump on. It was probably about 8 years ago. I remember I had some of the people that I was working with in ABTF, and we had this guy come in and talk, and I didn't talk to Andy about it, which was not a smart move at all. And he came in and talked. I remember it was the most dynamic speech that I had heard. And while he was talking, I went in because I had some access, and I looked up his production, and my man had not written a policy in 3 months. I was so mad. And I said, why are you up here talking? He said, I got good stuff. I said, not good stuff for here. You need to leave. I was so upset because like, this is hurting my family. I mean, he's a really nice guy. And in a loving way, I told him he needed to leave. And I was telling Andy about it. First of all, I was like, hey, bro, I should have said something to you before I let this guy come and talk. But I was telling him how aggravated I was at this guy. Felt like he had the right to talk to our people. And he didn't have the right because he wasn't putting up numbers. And Andy said it is our job to make sure that the people giving content are relevant. Because if they're not relevant, then even though it may be good stuff, it's easy to hurt us. And so what he taught me was pay attention to what people are doing. Look for the things that people are doing really good, and then let them talk. Let them do that training and become a pipeline to the good content. And so I was so mad at that guy. I was like, well, I'm going to quit talking about it. I'm going to get angry again. But making sure that we're relevant, finding the right people. And so I wanted to give you just a couple of things that PC is doing now. We are doing this new web series called The Rising Tide. Terry did our first one. He did it on his 20 minutes, and it was the exact words he says when he's booking an appointment. We didn't want to go into theory. We didn't want to go into anything other than what do you say. And I pretended to be mortgage protection, final expense. I wanted to make it where you could copy the words. And then Mia did the second one. She did from her front door to the ATM. What does she say? What does she look at? How does she get to the table? How does she pull out the ATM? What are her words she says? Each call is meant to be 20 minutes long, and it's supposed to be specific. Not really looking for how your mind is thinking, but what words are you saying so you can copy it. Let's give you a recipe and then you can figure out how the oven works later, but you know how to press some buttons, you can make money. Today is Marcus Richardson. He'll be going through the first couple of pages of the ATM. So we're just walking through this process in 20-minute bite-sized pieces to give you the info. And so that'll be today at 2 p.m. Eastern. And you can check it. It'll be on Band and other places you can check it out. A couple of things PC is doing. We started helping hiring staff. So if you are looking to hire staff people and you're in President's Club, like right now, I know we have ads running for Junior and for Megan that we're hiring. We've worked on training with Terry and with Mia's people. And so we're going through that. We've got about 10 people right now that we're going through our process. Here's the way it works. If you're in President's Club and you want to hire staff, you send Chelsea Long an email, clong@naleads.com. Tell her what you're looking for and when you want to hire them. Then we'll post an ad, put them through our funnel, and then give them back to you, the ones that we think are good, and help you to hire staff. We have set ourselves a goal to hire a minimum of 12 staff people a month out in the Alliance community. So help different people hire their staff people, get involved in that. I did want to show you, we started a closed Facebook group to give you more access. And so if you'll see, like this is from Family Reunion 2018, you can join if you're in PC, different stuff that's coming out. We did one, my favorite one, we got one from like 4 years ago with Tim and Gay Goat on relationships. So that's one benefit to PC you should check out. We started doing an Ask the Leader calls. And so last week, all PC members, you have access to a video where Belle Krause answered any questions you want to ask. And I know like Sarge sent in a question, she answered those. Any question you want to ask, she answers. Next will come up is Tawny Carey. And so, and then bite-sized training. We're going through and pulling up, oh look, there's Terry. We're pulling up short 2 to 5 minute trainings and putting them available for people to see, and try to get you as much information as possible on a small scale so you can keep moving forward. We started doing a text blast. So every person that a PC member hires, they start getting a text message the next 7 days after they get hired. And it puts your name in there. There's a short video from Paul Minichino, Justin and Sydney Balick, Terry Edwards, Gina Hawks, short video. It looks like it's coming as a staff person. We're a staff person for you. So you hired somebody this week. If you're in PC next week, they're getting a text message with a short video, getting them on Band, getting them on the calls, different things like that, just to help you retain those people. I did want to show you WebPres is one of our biggest advantages. So WebPres is short videos that you can use to help you sell insurance, annuities, IUL, so on. With our ARC system that Robbie's developed, I can come into my WebPres, pull up this short video. It's like a 3-minute video on an annuity. I can copy. I can then go into my ARC. I can group email. And I can send all of those people an annuity video. Just as simple as that. I did some numbers. If the average IUL was $200 a month, so times 12, $2,400. If you could send out 10 IUL WebPres videos a month, that would be 120. If you're at a 70% commission with a 65% factor, you only need to close less than 1% of the videos you send out, and it pays for President's Club. So if you send out 120 videos over the year, you only need to sell one of the 120. The other 119 is profit. And so that's a big thing, is using WebPres to get out there, annuities, IULs. One of the things we've been teaching people, let's say you get 100 leads, and they're mortgage protection leads, final expense leads. Use the WebPres videos to get that info out to the clients. If you can't get in touch with them after you've called them, they don't answer, send them an email, send them a text with those videos. And then the last thing I wanted to show you, this is the thing I think we're most excited with. 2 weeks from Monday, the new PC websites will be active. This is what the new President's Club website will look like. They're combining the two together. So you used to have a recruiting and a sales. Now you'll have one website. And so it'll have both of them on there. You can target people for selling insurance or for recruiting, has all the new logos, has a clean, easy way to use, makes you look very professional. And that's part of PC. And so that comes in with your PC membership 2 weeks from Monday. We're very excited about that. And so that's what is available to you, PC. Our goal is to help you to make money. That's it. Because if you make money, that increases our premium, and that increases our stock price, and that fires us up. And so our main goal is to help you to increase. If you have questions about PC, you can call the main home office line 336-227-3319. Or if you're interested in texting, you can text 336-227-5708, and our staff can reach out and help you from there. And then before we wrap up, Tad, I think he said you had a story you wanted to share about an annuity. You can
Yes. Well, it's more about leads, Chris. You know, after my first convention, I went out and invested more than I'd ever invested in leads. I got like $629 in leads. I got to a real small town called Buell, Idaho. This gentleman's house was it said right on the lead card, it was $13,000. I thought, you know, to myself, this is going to be nothing. Ended up selling him $89 Smart UL, and he had $350,000 that we put into annuities for him. And so that, you know, when you're investing more in leads, you're taking you're having a better chance of finding those big annuities too, or any annuities for that matter.
Appreciate it, Tad. So, I mean, it is true. If you're not investing, you make it a lot harder on yourself to be successful. It's almost, you could almost say it's impossible. And so if you can figure out how to invest, you know, I don't know what you have to sell. I mean, I like the fact that Junior sold his Xbox. And so if you can sell your Xbox and then go, and now Junior could buy 100 Xboxes with just one debit card if he wanted to. Why? Because he sold the Xbox to start the process. And so everything has a starting point, including your business. It starts with investing and putting money in the lead. So you should call Ashland. You should reach out, set up a GMR, get your lead flow going. Thank y'all for jumping on. We're so excited you're here. We'll talk to you soon. See you at 2 o'clock on the Rising Tide web series.